Hello, and welcome to Tantra Tuesday. Wow, I am so excited to be doing these again. If you don't know me, I'm Heidi, and my company is Shemaya Tantra, where I help you get the relationships that you crave, whether it's with your boss, or your beloved, or your big toe. And today I want to talk about a question that I received around keeping that in love feeling when there's nobody there to love. Nobody there taking you out for dates, nobody there cuddling at night. How to be in love when there's no object of love. So picture this. You've got your phone and you've got your Tinder open, your Bumble, and you're swiping away, and suddenly you see big toe on the screen. What if you swiped right to love big toe? Or what if there was a bird outside on the screen and you swiped right? This is a ridiculous example, but what I'm going to talk about today is how we can actually choose to take the world as our lover, to take the universe as a lover and have that aphrodisiacal relationship with the world. Now, I'm going to break it down because saying that sounds pretty unattainable probably and pie in the sky. So there's a few really important steps that we need to work through for that to be possible. But just bear with me for a little bit. Just imagine, what would it be like if your lover was this one essence of existence that is treeing out there and is flying over here and is chocolate ice creaming oh my, did I just say that? In your mouth. Right? What if those could bring as much pleasure as actually having a human that you get to put that label on and claim as your lover? So there's three main things that we need to do to keep this alive, juicy, in-love feeling going even when we're single. And the first one involves the mind. The second one is an energetic shift. And the third one is a physical. We need all of them. And I would be lying to you if I said this is a pill and we can just, take the pill and suddenly we'll feel that cloud nine elation everywhere instantly. No, this is a practice. This is like a lifetime of practice. But I'm telling you that you can taste it. You can be there. I know this. I know this personally. Hi, everyone who's joining. I'm here on Instagram and Facebook at the same time. So if the sound is off on one platform, you can jump on to the other one. Suvik, apologies if I'm mispronouncing your name. Is falling in love multiple times a sin? Well, without having more context, I will answer that in terms of, what if you were falling in love with the same essence in different forms? In Tantra, we learn that the essence, the godness, the Buddhihood, whatever you name that higher power, that sense of divinity that you feel coursing through your veins, that is all there is in different forms. And if you can start to imagine everything that you see, every person that you see is that essence, is that sacredness. And you get a chance to fall in love with your one divine consort, your one divine lover, over and over and over. And that's really at the heart of tantric philosophy. And that's why we never are truly alone and why we always have a lover. But I digress again. This is all really esoteric, and I want to make it super practical. How can we start to feel this now? Okay, So the first thing is mental. And this is going to set the stage. It's useless without the energetic and the physical. All right. But we need to start by shifting our frame of mind to even entertaining the possibility that this could be. Entertaining the possibility that I could even have that in love feeling with myself or with an aspect of nature. So understanding that, I just have a tickle in my throat here. 1 second. It's kind of like using our imagination, right? What if I could actually talk to a plant? What if I could actually feel like a plant was present with me in the room, right? What if I could actually start to see things as alive around me, and not just these inanimate objects that are here kind of populating my life like furniture, but as being alive, as being animated with energy, and even being responsive to me. So firstly, we need to even entertain that idea, and meditation is super helpful to start to open up those small constructs of belief. We grew up in a way where we sort of take things for granted, and we kind of have this solipsistic, I can't say that word, solipsistic, such a great word, view of the universe. It basically means that I think I'm the center of the universe and everything else is just decoration in my play. We're kind of raised that way. You know, animals are just here to add flavor. Trees are just here for us to cut down and make houses with or toilet paper with. When you meditate a lot, you start to come out of that box of thinking and entertain possibilities that maybe everything's alive. Maybe I'm not the only one who's actually having a live experience. So you really need to make a commitment and swipe right on the universe and choose, even if you don't know how it's possible, that you're going to take the universe as your lover, take all of existence, every little bit, as your lover, and start to form a relationship that's different with the universe. So that's the first step. That's the mental realm where we reframe things and we allow new possibilities. That, unfortunately, is all useless if I don't have the energetic capacity in my body to hold that frequency. That's a higher frequency. That's closer to truth. The closer that we get to truth, the higher the frequency. So in order to hold that frequency in my body, I need to create space. And the analogy I like here is the difference between having a one-lane horse and cart kind of road to a super highway. So I got to create super highway space within my nervous system, within my pranic system, the nadis, all the energy channels in my body, so that ideas like this have room to blossom and grow. So we got to create that space energetically. And simple starting point for that is reminding yourself 10, 20, 30 times a day to come back to the breath. I am not going to be able to make love with the universe if I have a short breath, a shallow breath. I just can't hold that kind of joy. So set an alarm for yourself. Have cues for yourself. Like every time I check a new email, every time I get into my car, I take this really nice, juicy, deep breath. And if you take 5 deep breaths right now as you're listening, you might notice that you've actually got a bit more bandwidth. You feel like you're starting to think a little bit more clearly. And that's the effect that we're going for. Having this clarity of thought and building that super highway so we have room for these ideas. Because when our bandwidth is small, when we can't hold the potency of these energies, this is a high potency thing we're talking about, like making love with the universe. If the bandwidth is small, there's no room for that. And what I'm going to do is dismiss it. I'm going to say that's bullshit. That's Pollyanna. That's not true. So we got to create the space to even hold an idea that big. You know what I mean? Okay, so breath. Another, for me, really powerful way to create those energetic superhighways is Kundalini yoga. I'm a big fan of Kundalini yoga because it moves so much energy and increases our capacity so much. So there's two things you can do in the energetic realm. The next is the physical. Our physical vessel is the vehicle through which we make love with the universe. And if I'm not even in my vessel, if my awareness is not in my vessel, there's no one to connect with. The universe might be sending me love notes and inviting me to dinner and showing me how it's kissing the back of my neck. But if I'm not present in my body, I'm not aware that any of this is happening. So third and super important way that we're going to kind of hit this is by getting really present in the body. So I have two practices for this. And one is to simply touch yourself. Simply, when you're talking to someone, give your shoulders a squeeze. Have your hand right on your thigh and just kind of stroke your thigh back and forth. Anything that makes sense for the moment. If you're in a business meeting, then just gently touch your leg, or even have your hand right on your forehead and just feel that point. Feel this right here and be present with that sensation. Touch is something that we can actually give ourselves. You can hug yourself, you can touch yourself, and it's maybe going to feel a bit weird at the beginning, but bring it into your practice whenever you think of it. Sometimes I have clients touch themselves through a whole session. Just have them rubbing their leg or rubbing their arm through a whole 1 hour session to start to create that habit of touching ourselves. Second thing in the physical realm is self-pleasure. So we touch ourselves in a nurturing, platonic way, but there's also a need for sensual sexual touch. And you might have heard this kind of self-love quote that's thrown around a lot of circles. And it says, the love that I can receive from someone else is limited by the love that I give myself. And I believe that applies in the sexual realm too. The sexual satisfaction that I can get from someone else is limited by the sexual satisfaction I can give myself. So even if you meet that person, they may not be able to give you everything you want because your container for pleasure isn't yet big enough. So a personal sexual practice is so important. And this is something that we do in my King of Hearts program, is creating that personal sexual practice and adding all the bells and whistles and making it a really kind of deluxe experience that's not just that quick one and done releasing pent up sexual energy. No, this is a love making. And the way that you would make love to the most exquisite, precious lover is the way that you should be making love to yourself. So those are the three realms that we need to step into and kind of put them all the pieces into place. And then it's like being in love and emulating the way that you're in love with a human and doing all those things with the universe. So think about it right now. When you first meet that person and it's so exciting and your heart rate is beating all the time and you wake up with a big smile on your face, what are you doing? What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for them? You're probably putting on your nice clothes. You're probably showing up for them, presenting yourself for them, making yourself beautiful for them. So why not do that? Why not do that for the trees that are witnessing you on your walk? Why not do that for the sun? It's setting right now in Edmonton. It's beautiful. Why not be beautiful for the sun to enjoy you? we also ask our lovers questions. So ask questions. Make dinner. Make dinner for a bird one day. Bring them some food. Kiss the plants in your house. I've got these beautiful plants in my house, and every morning I wake up and give them a kiss. And and they reciprocate. They have an energy that they share. And ask questions. Speak to people, or speak to things. You know, when you're out and you see a little squirrel, I often see little squirrels on my walk, and I always say hello to them, and I ask them how they're doing, and I participate in relationship with them. And that's really what it all comes down to, is the universe is here. It's reflecting the degree of relationship that I have with it. And so if I have a really distant relationship with the universe and with nature, then that's what I get from it. You kind of get what you put in, right? So if I start to treat every little aspect of nature, every little aspect of life with the same tenderness and the same attention that I would treat the love of my life in human form, then it will kiss back. It will whisper back, and it will feed that tantalizing, alive, sensual energy and create that circuit that we love, where you feel like you're being responded to. You feel like you're not alone. So this is really the crux of a tantric path. This is a lifelong practice. And I would love to hear, as you experiment with these techniques, what comes up for you. What's hard, what's fulfilling, what parts you liked. And there's no limit to the ways that you can interpenetrate, inter-exist with all of reality. Because it's all the divine expressing back to you. It's all the big mirror. Okay, I have talked long enough. I'm checking for comments. Looks like we got them all. Okay, let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to talk about next time. Sending you love and universal love stories. Bye.